And it's showtime. Hi guys. I'm live. Here we go. My helm almost matches my robes, which are really not very attractive in the first place. Basically, all of my attire is pretty goddamn ugly. Let's play. I have a pending notification. Give me my damn reward. Bonk. Just curious what you get at the end of your week's. This is. Get the deed from Jinrissa. I think I have to sneak to do this. Where I left it. Also, hi guys. And good evening. Whoever has joined me. May the gods have mercy upon your soul. Too late. Go to the Telnaga Adepts Hall. There. Here we go. No, I was going to go upstairs, but in fact it's the door directly across.
Selling, trading.
I have to trespass. I have no choice. I'm in a restricted area and I'm sneaking. Oh, that's not good. This won't be a problem, obviously. I mean, just because I killed somebody, or possibly two. Sure, I'm going to steal that too. I mean, in for a dime, in for a dollar, right? I'm no longer trespassing. Will anyone object to what I've done? Well, certainly. At some point, someone's going to object.
I can give you back your good name and clear your record.
Here's 31 gold and everything I've stolen. Clear my bounty. Fine. Fine.
I was hoping for more, but this will do.
Wow. Simple bribery. So much for justice.
Too, and how I long to see you smile.
Did you find the deed?
I got the deed back from Jinrissa. You can give it to Faruth as you planned.
Oh, no. I can't do it myself. It's not subtle or even polite. If a Telvanni just bluntly demands this thing or that service. I'm sorry to impose once again.
I will. I suppose I can deliver it.
Master Faruth on my behalf.
I get the feeling I'm being snowed.
Payment is forthcoming. Just offer the deed to Firith and tell him that Sun in Shadow would like his written support for elevation to the rank of retainer. Make it subtle, but not too subtle, you know.
No, I really don't know.
Just west of here, in a place called Hanoud, Firith values his privacy, so be wary of Atronachs and traps, and don't be surprised if he's a bit, eccentric. Meet me in the council hall when you return.
Wow,
I have
she's got a
feeling
very
about
good
this.
feeling about this. That's glad someone does. How far away am I going? Pretty far. Sadly, I have no place closer to teleport to, so I have to run. Yeah, well, I have to say so far, the free-to-play experience does not seem, I was going to say significantly different, doesn't seem any different, really, from the pay-to-play experience. Although if you're subscribing, you do get the crafting materials back for as long as you subscribe. After you stop subscribing, you can only remove items from the bag. You can't add them. Oops, those guys are not friendly. Actually, I think they were actually just the little bug monster thingies. Here. I could steal, but that, of course, would be wrong. We have 2 flame atronachs. We'll see if we can avoid them. I believe in peaceful coexistence. Oh dear. Oh, great. A couple of them popped up. Are they angry, or did they just pop up? Well, that one's certainly going to be angry. He does have some atronachs. Oh, whatever. Potato, potato. That's a runestone. I have been picking up runestones. I will continue to do so. I haven't done anything with any of them yet, but I have been picking them up. I would like to do some tailoring at some point, so I figured I'd pick up some jute. Hey, jute. Sorry. Ah, Master Faruth.
Ugh, more visitors? I have those atronachs out there for a reason. Can't you see there's no room? Oh, for Vex's sake, never mind. What do you want from us?
Sun in Shadow thought you might be interested in the deed to some land outside of Voss.
Did she now? How prescient. Quite impressive, wouldn't you say, Geralt? Yes, I thought so too. I'm glad she chose to give it to me, and not that guar-faced bumbler Jinrissa. I suppose she wants something in return? These hirelings always do.
She'd appreciate your written support for her promotion to retainer.
Ah, yet another social climber. How tiresome. Still, exchanging a simple endorsement for valuable property seems like quite the bargain. Very well, it's a deal. Get out, be a dear, and fetch me that pen. Oh, fine, I'll get it myself.
I've delivered the deed to Master Faruth.
This should do. Now, off with you. My friends and I have pressing business. So much to do!
I, Master Faruth, Steward of Hanud and Lands Beyond, do hereby support and affirm Sun in Shadow's promotion to the rank of retainer in the Great House Tavani. The Argonians' grasp of our playful, internecine rivalry shows a degree of perspicacity. There we go. I thought impossible in members of her race. For this reason alone, she deserves recognition and respect. She will serve the house in her new role as retainer. Honor and regards, Feruth, master of the great house Tilvani, steward of Hanud. Right. And back we go again. Teleport. A man's best friend. Although probably also a woman's best friend. A lizard person's best friend, and possibly even a cat person's best friend.
We will review the request soon. In the meantime, continue your studies.
Muth Sarah Sooth is most kind. I thank you. Ha! I recognize that swagger. Fearith agreed to
I
my
have
demands,
swagger.
didn't he?
Yes, Master Feruth agreed to endorse you.
Excellent. I ran into Councillor Angharal just a moment ago. Totally by chance, I might add.
Oh, certainly.
I asked her about the potential for advancement. She hedged a bit. This endorsement will make all the difference.
Here's the writ. Feruth seemed pleased with the deal. Wow. Lips not working great tonight.
Well, that makes two of us. I took no pleasure in spending all that coin, but as a retainer, I'll be able to double that sum before long. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a writ to deliver. Thank you again, my friend.
Hey there, Kanaka.
Always. She is busy and in a hurry.
Did I have another ring? I thought I had a second ring. Yes. Better than the one that does nothing. Are we actually wearing the two good ones? No, of course not. God, why is it seemingly no game can intelligently put rings on, or earrings on, or the like? Let's see. It's Aoki. He seems, I'm going to guess he's depressed.
She is always busy these days. I worry she flirts with the flames of the sun and does not know to fear the fire.
What's wrong, Aoki?
My heart and I have barely spoken. She strains her spines both day and night, poring through tomes and hatching her schemes. Her eyes are fixed on the next rank.
No, I don't
and
think
the next
so.
after that. I fear for her.
This particular
A soul
speech is
without rest
him
grows
being
dim as
dispirited.
twilight.
It's certainly possible, but I don't think so. So she hasn't shared her next plan with you?
No, she has not. All to the good, I guess. A finless fish weakens the shoal.
A finless
But
fish
enough
weakens
about
the
me.
shoal. They really need to
You,
work on their
my
analogies.
friend, are a mighty swimmer.
Metaphors.
Seek her out in her stone-dwelling place. If I know my heart, she will certainly have a task for you.
All right, I'll talk to her, Aoki. Oh, I thought she was in here. I thought I just saw her vanish into in here, but evidently no. Where was she then? She's over there. Way over there, okay. I would have to listen to the earlier voice work. I can agree that that last bit did sound slightly inorganic, but I think that was just the character or the actor trying to play sort of him being completely dispirited.
Pleasant surprise. Always pleasure to see you, Sarah. I'm glad you dropped by. I could use a friend right now.
What's going on?
I just received a summons from the council. Typically, I'd be overjoyed. After all, I just submitted a petition for advancement to Oathman. But the council never acts on petitions this quickly. Someone's arranging pieces on the game board. I know it.
What are you asking me to do this time?
If a member of the house plans to spring a trap, I need to project strength. The councilors know you've assisted me in the past. If you appear before the mouths on my behalf, it puts the Magisters and I on equal footing. It might even save my life.
All right, I'll go to the council house in your stead.
Thank you, my friend.
I think I'm being set up. Oh, that is certainly possible as well. I haven't been paying close enough attention, I guess. Generally, the quality of the voice work in the game has been quite good. I'm going to go before the council. Oh, it is. Give me the floaties. Ooh, it's the fresh wind blowing up my robe.
My patron,
Possibly
Master
skirt.
Gothrin, opposes any further honors for the slave girl. Oh, look. The Lizard sent a representative. Such pretensions.
Approach, emissary. You may inform your benefactress, Sun and Shadow, that the council has elected to reject her petition.
Be sure to add that all further petitions will meet the same fate. Cats and lizards have no place in our great house.
Honestly, Relassa.
Don't worry, Relassa. The emissary will give Sun and Shadow a full...
Oh, that's not good. Yeah, that's horrible. That's an incredibly awful choice. I thought it was turn-based. I thought the new BG3 was... the new Baldur's Gate was turn-based. Yeah, I mean, well, that's true for vast numbers of the players, that they might have something that needs immediate attention, kids being a fine example. But I thought it was turn-based. I mean, the old ones I know were real-time, and then you could press space to pause. But I thought that they would have skipped that this time, because my understanding was it was turn-based. Oh, God, what are they thinking? Well, I'm going to wait until that gets fixed. I wasn't planning on buying it immediately anyway, but that would be, for me, is a non-starter. An absolute non-starter. Inexplicable non-starter.
There is no greater virtue than ambition, but I'm afraid Sun and Shadow's enthusiasm has rubbed a few of our number the wrong way.
Is there some reason I can give Sun and Shadow for the Council's refusal?
Beyond the obvious? Your friend possesses a keen mind and great natural talent. But even the great House Telvanni is not above simple prejudice. The circumstances of her birth make advancement complicated.
Do you have any advice I can give Sun and Shadow?
I would counsel patience, but I have no illusions. Sun and Shadow will dismiss such advice out of hand. Her dreams can only be deferred for so long. I say only this. Whatever she plans to do, make sure she does it cautiously.
It seems that Relassa Delvey is particularly opposed to Sun and Shadow.
Relassa hates practically everyone, but she's developed a particular distaste for Sun and Shadow. I can't tell if it's truly the will of Gothrin or just a personal vendetta. Both of them revile lesser races. A perfect match if ever there was one.
Thank you for your time.
Sun and Shadow will stand before us again. I only hope that it's for a promotion and not something less pleasant. Believe it or not, these meetings can go far worse. Honor to you and your house, Sarah. Farewell.
I can talk to Relassa. I don't think that's going to get us anywhere, but maybe. Relassa's not in here. No, that's Relassa Delvey.
Damn, where are those cakes? Come to have words with me, have you? Well, let's get it over with. I have things to do.
Why are you so fixated on preventing Sun and Shadow from advancing in House Telvanni?
I merely speak for Muthera Gothrin. His distaste for Sun and Shadow should come as no surprise. Beasts have no place in the house. You may want to rethink the company you keep, Outlander. Just a bit of advice.
Seems like you really hate Argonians and Khajiit.
I don't hate them. I just see the truth of their nature. Argonians and Khajiit make wonderful servants, but to pretend they possess the same faculties as Mer, or even men, is absurd. They were born to serve, just as we were born
Well,
to...
if you were so free with advice, what would you advise Sun and Shadows?
I suggest she leave Vardenfell. Travel to Daggerfall or Wayrest and join the Mages Guild. I hear they take anyone. She would fit right in. The fact is, she has no place here. She may have earned her freedom, but she will never be a true Telvanni.
Okay. You're an asshole, but okay. All right.
Sorry, I grew tired of waiting. I received more than a few sideward glances on my way over. What happened in there?
The council rejected your petition.
Oh, I see. Maybe I was too impatient. Requested it too soon. Damn. Did they give any reason? Was there anyone who spoke out
I'm
against
kind of
it?
expecting her to backstab me. Gothrin's mouth, Rolassa Delvey, seemed dead set against it.
Of course it was Relassa. That pig has hated me from the start. Gothrin's not fond of Argonians, but this is clearly personal. Would you act as my emissary once more? If you go to Tel Arun and speak to Gothrin directly, maybe he can settle this.
I'll try. I have a few questions, though.
I'll answer what I can, of course.
You seem to be able to do what you want as retainers. The Oathman ranks so hard.
Yes.
It's important, sorry.
When I achieve the rank of Oathman, I should be able to purchase a slave. I'll free Ioki and we'll toast to our success. That is what we've been working toward, right? I know that some of this feels a little unsavory, but it's necessary.
None of this troubles you?
A Telvanni mage doesn't have time to be troubled. Every day I learn something new. Every day I peel back one mystery to reveal another 10 beneath it. If this is the price of that kind of discovery, I'll pay it. Oh, that came out poorly. Never mind.
What more can you tell me about Magister Gothrin?
Magister Guthrin reigns over Tel Arun, the fungal tower west of here. He has a sour reputation, but remains one of the most powerful mages in Tamriel. I never had cause to work for him, but Ioki did. He doesn't like to talk about it.
You really think he's going to listen to me?
I'd be lying if I said yes, but if there's anyone who could get through to him, it's you. Gothrin keeps a few pupils, henchmen more like. You probably have to get through one or two before he'll deign to speak with you. Just be careful.
Okay. I'm sure this'll go swimmingly. West. There he is. Oh, that's his mushroom tower over there, presumably across the lake. Mushroom Tower. I guess he's a fun guy to be around. I'm gonna shut up now. Not for long, of course. Oh yes, that's one of the things. The questions are extraordinarily obvious in this game. People constantly rhapsodize about the combat. I mean, not the combat, the story. Not the combat, actually. Even the biggest fans of the game tend to crap on the combat. I find the stories to be really straightforward and have very few surprises. A lot of the writing is perfectly fine for dialogue and stuff.
Arun's closed.
Character
So piss
voice
off, you
over
little
work tends
scamp.
to be just fine as well.
You got Nick spit in your ears? Tel Arun's closed. Jog off, you fetching Nchow.
She's really welcoming. I need to speak with Magister Gothrin.
Yeah? Well, I need a stiff drink and a good plow, but you don't see me knocking on strangers' doors belly aching about it. Magister Gothrin's not seeing any visitors. Not today, not tomorrow, and not next week. So shove off, go-off-face.
She really has a winning way with people. I only need a couple minutes of his time.
That's a couple minutes too many. Now clear off my stoop, you flat-headed swit.
Distract the guards.
This one heard you arguing with that foul-mouthed dark elf. Kismar can help.
I have managed, generally speaking, so far in this go-through in the game, to avoid speaking like a Khajiit. Last time I played for a while, I created a Khajiit character, and I seemed to spend all of my time speaking like Khajiit. You know? Is something intoxicating to one about speaking like a Khajiit. Why would you help me?
This one likes to help. Maybe you can help Kismar too. Telvanni lands could use some kindness, yes? This one's knees ache. Kismar is too old to slip away. But a little distraction might help the other Jakajit escape Telarun.
What kind of distraction are we talking about?
This one left some crates of dried salt rice on the dock. Fine kindling, yes? A little fire might catch the slave master's attention. Then my Jakajit can slip away. When you return, Kismar will ask the dungy guards to help fight the blaze, you see?
All right, I'll give it a try. He doesn't need both eyes to talk me into setting fire to something.
Work faster, you lazy beast!
I'm going to set a fire. Cargo use, cargo use.
What is... Oh no! Fire! Fire!
Yeah, it's a little fire. I'm sure it's nothing at all.
Where's the guard?
Even Kismar's battered nose can smell the wood smoke from here. Good work, Walker.
Thanks. What's next?
This one will shout and wave his arms and run in circles. If Kismar tells the guards Slave Master Arenem needs their help, they will scamper off like beetles under a lantern. Everyone fears Arenem, even the guards.
Won't you get in trouble for lying to them?
Ha! No. All Kismar needs to do is take off his blue shirt and put on a red shirt. This one has served Gothrin for many years, but the Dark Elves
I'm going
still
to
cannot
avoid
tell
the
us
obvious
apart.
human racism.
Funny, yes?
Species of saying, well, all
Protect you in
Khajiit
the
look
tower.
alike.
The Master hates surprises.
Thank you, Kismar.
Zurios, a fire burns on the docks. Slave Master Arenem shouts many foul words. Hurry!
Dumark's blood. All right, come on.
In I go. Sneaking. Okay, not really sneaking, just pretty much walking. And I need to go up. I love the cold air. Up my skirts. Oh, I can fly!
Aerith, Giravel, I've had enough of your excuses. Relassa made your task plain. Find those thieves.
I'm sorry, Magister. It will be done.
Whatever it is you want, talk to my cringing assistant.
I will talk to your cringing assistant.
Ah, greetings. I'm sorry you had to see that. Magister Gothrin is really quite charming once you get to know him.
Yes.
Honestly, he wouldn't have yelled if Relassa's little snoop, Captain Giravel, hadn't interfered.
I need to speak with the Magister about my associate Sun and Shadow's petition for advancement.
Ah, that. I'm sorry, but Relassa is determined to keep your Argonian from advancing. Typical. I should be mouth. Say, I might have an idea. The thieves Muthsera Gothrin mentioned fled to Shashpilamat. Could you retrieve the goods they stole?
I could, but why should I?
Spoken like a true Telvanni.
Oh, wow.
If you bring the goods to me in
Insulting me.
Mora, I'll take credit for their safe return. Relassa's gone to great lengths to discredit me, you see. My Muthsera knows this. If I succeed, he'll see that I am the fitter servant.
How does this help Sun and Shadow?
Muthsera Gothrin will undoubtedly promote me to mouth. Then, in exchange for your help, I'll support your Argonian's petition. One good turn and all that. What do you say?
It's a deal. I'll meet you in Sadrith Mora, but I have a few questions first.
I can't wait to see the look on Relassa's face when Muthsera Gothrin strips her of her title. And the groveling will be delicious.
These people are a delight. I have some questions.
Of course. What can the future mouth of Muthsera Gothrin help you with?
What did the thieves steal?
A great many things, I'm sorry to say. They pilfered an ancient tome, a rare pendant, and a purse full of gold. Of course, my master was most aggrieved by the loss of several slaves. Strong workers, all. Muthsera Gothrin is sick with worry.
I'm not a slave trader.
No, of course not. I didn't mean to assume. Truth be told, I've always been a fierce but very quiet
Fierce but
of
very quiet proponent of beast
If you
rights.
return the tome, pendant, and gold, I think Muthsera Gothrin will still promote me, albeit with a heavy heart.
How did thieves manage to get into Tel Arun to steal things?
Well, I can't say for sure, but there's a good chance the missing slaves stole Muthsera Gothrin's property before fleeing Tel Arun. Ropefish and other people smugglers sometimes accept magic items as payment.
So would they be doubly punished if they were returned?
I'm sure I wouldn't know. My master has a kind and gentle disposition, but children sometimes need discipline, yes? It would really be Slave Master Arenum's prerogative. Unfortunately, she can be irascible.
You seem very quick to cut a deal with a stranger.
You should know by now that Telvanni alliances often start as fluid affairs. Not that our relationship is fluid. What we've got going here? Rock solid. Sun and Shadow's intentions align with my own. It only makes sense that we should be partners.
Mm-hmm. No, Grima was playing everyone for someone else's benefit. This guy is just a minor sleaze trying to out-sleaze one of the other sleazes. Actually, pretty much all of the Telvanni are like this, just the higher level ones are more strident and arrogant. And as best I can tell, I will not be returning the slaves. I'll just be getting the material goods.
Take this report to Mouth Relassa immediately.
Yes, Captain. It will be done.
Travel to Shashpilamat. How far do I have to go? Relatively far. We will teleport to Molag Mar. Poof, it's magic. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? There we are. Okay. Pretty sure that's a double negative. Possibly even a triple negative. Oh, it's magic? It took a sec, but I got there. Okay, that did not work. I don't want to take a butterfly, unless that's a euphemism. Travel to Shashpilamat. Explore Shashpilamat. That sounded like a monkey. Oh, they're not hostile.
Who are you? What do you want? You stink of incense and hookah smoke. Did that beast
That's okay,
girlfriend
you
send you?
smell of tender victuals. Something like that. His servant sent me here to gather up Gothrin's stolen goods.
We are not goods. Zashanti and her friends prepare to leave this cursed island. No more lashings, no more bitter food. Only the
I know,
light
tender
of the
victuals, I can
moon
smell it.
drifting across the Topal Sea. We only took Gothrin's belongings to pay the smugglers.
I won't keep you from escaping. I just need the tome, the gold, and the amulet.
Bright moons. This one thanks you, Walker. We stored Gothrin's trinkets in crates nearby. The smugglers will groan at their absence. But we would rather face the wilds alone than go back to Tel Arun.
I'll tell Gothrin that I couldn't find you. Good luck.
Wait, what was that noise?
I don't know.
Greetings, Outlander. Cetera Relassa sends her regards. Gathering up these slaves on our own would have been exhausting.
No, no, no.
Damned cats! You lot are going back to Tel Arun.
I don't think
Move
so.
out!
You heard the captain. Get moving, Kerr.
No, Darsha will not go.
Don't kick yourself over Relassa outmaneuvering you. Trust me, you never had a chance.
Relassa Delvey sent you?
Of course. You didn't think she'd let that flat-headed Aerith out-nix her, did you? Oh, and don't bother looking for those other stolen goods. My troops have the situation well in hand. Thanks for all your help, Noir. So long.
I'm leaving. Evidently, I have no choice. I can't even stop them. That's disappointing. There are bandits over there, but there's nothing I can do for the Khajiit. Well, that sucks. This was not what I was hoping for. On the other hand, it's probably good. I should get some surprises from time to time. This one actually surprised me. So, despite the fact it's a bit of a bummer, I'm going to give them thumbs up on some kind of actual storytelling. Instead of everything being obvious and straightforward. Well, generally speaking, though, most of the quests are like are that easy in ESO, in my experience. I mean, this is the biggest surprise I've had in the 4 or 5 days I've been playing. I mean, there was a character who turned out to be a bad guy, but I had wondered if that was the case previously.
Once again, it's been a pleasure. Farewell, Sun and Shadow.
There you are. I'm glad you're back. I just had a fruitful conversation with our friend Aerith. Seems that I'm not the only one Relassa's holding back. I think it might be time for a less conventional strategy.
What do you mean by less conventional? Sounds like a hit.
I underestimated Relassa. I see that now. She plays the game far better than I do. The only way to win a game like this is to eliminate the player.
Wait, are you asking me to assassinate Relassa Delvey? That's your plan?
I know how it sounds. I take no pleasure in it. It's just an unfortunate necessity. Half the Telvanni hierarchy arranged an opening at some point in their rise to power. If you deal with Relassa, Aerith takes her place.
Sorry.
It's the best
I'm going to say
way
I'm
for
not
her.
an assassin. I won't do it. I am an assassin. I just won't do it for her because I don't trust her.
I apologize, my friend. Perhaps I've gotten a bit
Oh,
caught
you
up in
think?
Telvanni maneuvering.
Well, she's in my way. I'll
Of
just
course, I
murder her.
respect your choice. I'm just worried about
That'll be
the
easy, right?
I fear that I may never keep my promise to free him.
Perhaps there's another way.
Appealing to her vices might work. Relassa has quite a love for both information and sweets. Why not give her both?
I have been
Deliver
rated
these
with a party of
marshmallow cakes and let her
100.
know about Aerith's plot. It's a modest
Hello.
offering, but with time and effort.
That is a big raid indeed. The biggest I have ever enjoyed. Hi guys, I'm Lens. I'm playing ESO. I've played it a lot in the past, but not extensively. And I got a free copy out of Epic Game Store and decided to give it another shot. Thank you very, very much, Zynode, for the raid. I really appreciate it. A lot. Hi, guys. Welcome, everyone. Thank you. It's Lamashtu has followed. I have a single spiel, just one, and you will get it. Welcome to my humble little stream of misfunction, malfunction, dysfunction, and frequently complete and total unfunction. You're most welcome indeed, and thank you very, very much for the follow. As I have another. Ivar Unforgiven. And another. XXVJ. Did you come up with that name just to make it tough on streamers who want to pronounce it? XXVJIXDX. So it's the differential of Jix 25. I'm having a good stream so far. Things certainly got more interesting just now. So I am a variety streamer, mostly MMOs, but not exclusively by any means. And I've been doing series of streams where I play a game that I've played a lot, but I play it on an alt account as a free-to-play player, just to see what it's like as the free-to-play experience. And the free-to-play experience so far has been great in ESO. One of the best. I will deliver marshmallow cakes. I'm delivering marshmallow cakes. I'm a hero. Deliver Sun and Shadow's gift to Ralasa. I'm sure. I bet these are poisoned. Just a guess. I'm going to assume, perhaps wrongly, that that Zynode is an ESO streamer. In which case, I hope you'll all forgive my lack of quality play. I got into, as far as I know, the first publicly available beta for ESO, and I played it at every single new patch, and it constantly improved. And I've tried it. This is probably maybe the 5th or 6th time I've come back to the game since it launched. Obviously, it's improved a lot. I know I'm in the minority in that I'm not a fan of the level scaling, but it's worked for them, so I can't really knock it. I can never quite get the game to grab me, and I really, really wanted it to every single time, and it just hasn't so far. And I can't put my finger on it. I know people crap on the combat, but it's not the combat for me. I just don't know what it is. Sometimes you know, a game works for you and you can't explain why it works for you, and sometimes it just doesn't. But I'm giving it another go. I am enjoying myself.
It's the lizard's errand runner. Did she send you to kill me?
Well, I mean,
wonder?
At no point has this game ever made me so angry or upset or anything that I, logged off in a snit and stormed off. It just won't quite get to the point where it's going to pull me in the next time something interesting comes by. And it's not the game. Obviously, the game's success also is a demonstration that, as a personal opinion thing, I don't like the level scaling, but that's not a game breaker for me. A lot of games have gone to level scaling. WoW does it now. I don't know. I imagine if I really got involved in a guild, that would matter a lot. That's the sort of thing that can elevate, sort of an in-between game up. But at the same time, depending on the guild, I then feel responsibility. And at least right now, in my gaming, I don't want the responsibility that I tend to feel in a guild, so I tend to play solo in everything. So, yeah, it's not the game, it's me. I know that's the thing you say when you break up with someone. It's not you. It's me. And in this case, I'm going to say, it's not ESO. It's me.
Your friend.
But I've been enjoying my last, 4 or
But in
5
the
days
end,
that I've been
seems
playing
she's
it.
Still just a witless slave.
I expect
You've
I'll be
been
playing it
ever
for a little
so
while
helpful
longer at
in
least. There are a
improving
number
it.
of other games coming
Why,
up.
thanks.
We've got a PoE League in like
What
2
brings you
weeks.
to my chambers,
And
Outlander?
Guild Wars 2's expansion is on the 22nd, so not that long. I'm not sure what my highest level character is on my real account. This is the alt account I just created. Okay, thank you very, very much for the raid. I really appreciate it. And for bringing your folk along. I will try to keep them from getting angry at you for raiding me. It's the best I can manage. Thanks a lot. Yeah, I would love to have another game that grabbed me. ESO is a game I don't look forward to coming back to, but it's never one I go out of my way to come back to, and maybe it can change this time. Knock on wood. Sun and Shadow hopes we can put this business behind us.
Oh, delightful. Let me guess. She sent you with a bribe? Or a gift? Or an offer of service? How delicious. Well,
She sends a gift and
what
news.
does she want?
Aerith Sendril tried to pull her into a plot to replace you.
Ugh. Aerith. That's hardly news. In any case, I'll take those marshmallow cakes. Funny, she knew just what to get me. Seems her slave's instincts haven't faded with time. Tell her I will consider her proposal. I can always use another servant.
She's a sweetheart, really, once you get to know her.
Where to send her first?
I still think those might be poisoned. Just saying.
Delicious. Oh, powdered pearl dust and sugar. Mm.
Yep, called it.
Oh, that bitch. Poison. Ugh. It burns. It burns.
I predicted that. I've had a feeling she was playing me to some degree.
Greetings, friend. You seem troubled. Please let me explain.
You tricked me into delivering poisoned food.
I did, but only because you wouldn't have done it otherwise.
You're right, I wouldn't
Relassa
have.
would have killed Ioki and me eventually. She forced my hand. A Telvanni must act or die. Please, take this and my... I hope you will consider working with me again.
No.
I admit, it was underhanded and unfair to you. I hope we can move past it, though, as friends. Come visit me sometime. I'll make it up to you, all right? I bought some very fine Khajiit tea I've been dying to try.
Yeah, at this point, I'm unsure if I'd accept any food or drink you offer me.
Your anger is understandable. A true Telvanni life always involves some seclusion. The higher I climb, the lonelier it gets. But I truly value our friendship and Ioki's affection. I'd hate to lose either of you.
I'll think about it. I won't. But if Aoki's around...
What is it?
Meet Sun and Shadow are home. I'm not convinced about that. Do we have a Aoki? Do we have an Aoki running around? Well, let's see, the last time out. No, we've got notes of things to do. No, that doesn't look like Aoki to me. Doesn't look like we've got an Aoki. I guess we'll at least pop into her house and see what she has to say. But not eating or drinking anything she hands me, that's for sure. I run at almost the speed of a horse. I'm faster than a centaur. Guild Wars 2 joke.
Is someone there? Help!
Her to-do list. Send a note to Magister Thorana, offer services. Distill remaining nightshade in store. Place order at alchemists. Do not need Scathacrow right now. Queried innkeeper in gateway about rumors around Relassa. Will Magister G retaliate? Note. Up, bribe amount he has been helpful, maybe additional gift, tailor appointment. Send research notes to Magister Ferreth. Remember to offer salutations to Gerald as well.
Oh, thank the aid. To oblivion with these damned mages. No amount of gold is worth this kind of treatment.
What happened here? Where is Sun and Shadow?
Sun and Shadow asked me to come measure her for a new dress. Soon after I arrived, a pack of Telvanni thugs burst through the door and dragged her off. One of them shouted something about Tel Arun. That's all I know. Please, just set me free.
Set me free, why don't you, babe? You just keep me hanging on. Musical reference.
Grape jelly.
Old guy musical reference. I'm sure I have seen the same swarthy-looking fellow near my home several times. Could a rival be trying to spy on me? Perhaps news of Relas's death has traveled. Pays to be cautious. I will talk to my friend Pelkarnas as soon as possible. Areth Sendrul.
Yes, well, I came to warn Sun in Shadow, but it seems I arrived too late. I guess I should warn you too. My most benevolent master, Muthsera Gothrin, is disgruntled.
Was he gruntled before?
Oh yes, peeved, in the extreme. Magister Gothrin promoted me to mouth, but he still grieves for Relassa. As you know, grief often gives way to anger.
Sure, that's the
Apparently
logical next
his
step.
gentle disposition has limits when it comes to assassinating his servants.
So this is his handiwork. I think his servants abducted Sun in Shadow.
Pity I didn't get here sooner. I thought perhaps with time his fury might abate. I'd make all haste to tell Arun if I were you. Muthsera Gothrin respects courage and candor. If you speak to him directly, you might receive better treatment.
All right. I'll pay Magister Gothrin a visit.
You go on ahead. I'll wait here for a bit. Best we're not seen together. No.
Oh. Looks like we just run. Run, run, run. I run like the wind. A slow wind. See the one with the really big mushroom shack across the way? Mm-hmm. That's him. Splish splash. I was taking a bath. Okay. Hip deep water. Frankly, it makes my boots all squishy. And there's nothing more uncomfortable than squishy boots. Yep. I've traveled to Tel Arun.
The Magister is expecting you. Good luck.
Thanks. Oh, that's very nice of them. They're wishing me good luck. I could feel the sincerity in their voice. I can fly.
Eminently predictable, you and your lizard cohort.
Hi.
Ah, the murderer appears. I should thank you for saving me the trouble of hunting you down. Watching you peasants struggle against the inevitable is exhausting.
He has a really winning personality. Why did you imprison Sun and Shadow? I know why he did that. That's dumb.
Don't waste my time with flimsy pretense. Did you really think you could kill my mouth and get away with it? I see.
No, I turned down
your
the
clumsy intrigue is no exception.
offer to bump her off.
If you wish to save your life and that of your friend, you will perform a task for me.
Of course. All right. I didn't know the cakes were poisoned.
That
He doesn't care.
absolve you from blame. It just makes you sound stupid. I have no patience for stupidity. Now I wonder if you're equal to the task I've set.
What is it you want?
Magister O'Thery made a discovery some weeks ago. A relic, or some dwarven device perhaps. He refuses to share the details, so I am compelled to take those details by force. Steal his notes from Telnaga and deliver them to my new mouth, Aerith.
And if I refuse?
Magisters care little for the limits of morality. Me least of all.
Imagine my shocking surprise.
I try to avoid turning people into shambling masses of screeching tumors, but in this case I could make an exception. At the very least, your scaled friend will die in chains.
I'm actually okay with that.
That depends on what information you retrieve. If it's useful, we can discuss the terms of the lizard's freedom.
Can I not just
That's
have you
as much
keep
of a
the
promise as you
lizard?
get from me. Be grateful I am giving you a chance to rectify the wrong you've done me.
Right. It's a lot more fun going up than down. Alright, and where are we off to now? And now... well, we'll go ahead and we'll take the quick trip. And poof. Up the stairs and through the door to grandmother's house we go. The UI knows the way. Through the bright and drifting snow. Yep, we're going up again. Whoosh, up, and...
What's this? I don't like uninvited guests.
Ah! Okay. Nick's Hounds, a manual for new owners. Try again. I'm sneaking. Personally, I'd prefer to talk to him and tell him that I'm being sent here to do this so that he can double back and take it out on the other jerk. But that person seems to be where I need to be, and, whoops.
What's this? I don't like uninvited guests.
It's okay, I'm gone.
Selling, buying, trading, right here.
I was sneaksy. And where to now? Right over here. Run, and, drum roll please, I'm sure I'll get everything I want. In the council hall.
There you are! I knew my master would show you mercy. Do you have something for me?
I secured O'Thery's journal as promised. Here it is.
Well done. I think my master wants to speak with you himself. Try not to make him angry, all right?
You know, Aerith, look up the word lickspittle. Wait, Gothrun is here? Ow.
Well, it's about time. Come, servant. You retrieved the journal. That was competent.
Aerith has it.
Ah, yes, this is Otheri's journal. His penmanship has gotten even worse. So, it's a dwarven artifact then? A merged tonal prism? My, that does sound intriguing. Seems he tucked it away in his Kwama mine, Zalkin Sul. You will fetch it for me.
You said you'd set Sun and Shadow free once I brought you the journal.
I said nothing of the sort. If your work pleases me, I may deign to release your friend and forget your misdeeds. But make no mistake, Noir. I've given you no word to keep.
I don't know what Noir
Go to
means,
Zalkin Sul.
but I really want to punch him in the face.
Then bring it to me in Tel Aru.
Or right in his Noir. I need to AFK a second, refill my coffee cup. I'll be right back.
Oh, where am... Oh dear. Just give me a moment.
Yeah, being a mouth thing doesn't seem like a good gig. Seems extremely unpleasant. And I'm back. Hi guys. I remembered to remove the AFK. Go me.
Well, that could have gone worse. Ugh. Channeling spells always gives me dry mouth. Isn't that weird?
I don't know. I've never really done any channeling spells. So being the mouth of Magister Gothrin all you thought it would be?
Oh yes. I mean, Sarah Gothrin expects
Thank you very, very much for the follow, Ms. Brick 37.
I know he's treated you poorly.
I will give you my one and only spiel now as well. Welcome to my humble little stream of misfunction, malfunction, dysfunction, and frequently complete and total unfunction. You're most welcome indeed, and thank you very, very much for the follow. In fact, thank all of you for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Do you know anything about his Kwama mine? This Kwama mine is Zalkin Sul?
About as much as you, I wager. Kwama nest there, tending to their eggs and what have you. It probably smells bad, too.
So there's nothing particularly noteworthy about this particular mine?
Well, the Zalkin Sul cave network strays very close to an ancient dwarven stronghold called Zonchant. Otheri's miners might have stumbled upon an entrance to the ruin. So keep an ear out for clanking?
I want you to know I'm not happy with this arrangement.
I can't begrudge you that. Were I in your position, I'd probably need a good sulk, too.
I don't need a good
Not
sulk.
that you're sulky or
I'm
anything.
considering giving a good kill to you and your master. Probably I'm not strong enough to kill his master. So I could just inconvenience him by killing this troll. The difficulties we all face in being a hero. You know, everyone thinks being a hero is a great gig. Kind of a pain in the ass. A lot of running around. Alright, where are we off to? There are no closer waypoints than where we already are. Sad to say. We will hoof it. Pardon my slurping. Hot coffee. Wet robes. I imagine running in wet robes is uncomfortable. Probably chafing. How close are we? Not very.
Tell us what's in that sack, Furface, or we'll take it from
Bandits. Frankly, I've got better things to do than to help out some random Khajiit dealing with bandits. Open the bag or I'll stomp on your tail. Kind of, I gotta say, yeah, kind of a dick move. Alright, we're almost there. I think. Zulkin Sul below. Yeah, we're almost there. As long as I can manage to not fall into, oh, I don't know. Let's say lava. Completed. Travel to Zulkin Sul. Talk to Lothnarth. Hi, Lothnarth.
Hey, you need something?
That bread looks pretty good. Is this Zulkin Sul Kwama mine?
Sure is. You looking for work? Nah, you're the adventurous type. Only time you'll lift a pick is to bash in some beastie's skull, am
That's
I
right, hero.
Of course I am.
It's the whole burden of being a hero.
What brings you out here to the arse end of nowhere?
I just wanted to have a look around, he said in an innocent voice that no one would be fooled by.
Well, it isn't locked. Go ahead and take a peek. Might want to keep it quiet, though. Don't want O'Terry's guards spotting you, trust me. They keep things locked down tighter than my fat auntie's bodice.
Thank you for the warning. And your auntie, is she seeing anyone?
Sure. I've got a few minutes. Yeah, who am I kidding? I've got plenty of time. What do you want to know?
Anything I should look out for down there?
Other than O'Terry's guards? We have cave-ins every now and then. Unruly slaves and such. Then there's Mzanchand. But I'm sure you're not interested in that.
Mzanchand?
Ash, get in your eyes on the way here. You can't miss those gloomy old dwarf towers. The way I hear
I got
it,
Ash in my eyes.
Mzanchand ruins cut right under the mine. Plenty of treasure down there just waiting to be plucked. That's what I've heard, anyway.
So, do you work in the mine?
Yeah. Well, honestly, I mostly just act like I'm working. Pays the same, and you sweat a lot less.
Truth be told, I worked under that exact same guiding principle for all of my years. Now, I don't even act like I work. Do you like sort of working here?
Stuck-up dark elves, ash storms, slave labor pushing down wages.
Yeah.
What's not to like?
The bread?
I shouldn't bellyache. It is what it is, and I need the coin. Got to take the opportunities where you find them.
What exactly are you doing out here?
Just stretching my legs and keeping an eye out for Magister O'Terry. You know these Telvanni, always barging in without warning and throwing their weight around. Come to think of it, he's been visiting more often than usual. I wonder why.
I wonder why, too. Let's go inside and find out. Oh, trespass. That's a great start. I'm sure no one will mind. Other than the, red trespass.
Guard! Intruder! Guard!
Well, I hope he wasn't talking about me.
I did not want to call the guard, but you forced my hand.
I did? I'm pretty sure I didn't. My ability to stealth is being suppressed. Help, help, I'm being suppressed. But I'm hidden. Which way do I want to go? I want to go straight. That's a Kwama worker. Oh, I'm detected by the Kwama, no doubt. Is he going to head back the other way? Looks like maybe. Looks like he is. I'm sneaky. Wow. Oh, I can hide in here, huh? Where is this guy gonna go? Is he gonna go far enough to let me hide in that other location? No, he's not.
Guards, come quick! A trespasser!
What? I have no idea who said anything. I said I'm a trespasser and the guards didn't care. I haven't done much in the way of stealth, and so I'm not completely clear on all of the mechanics. Okay, where are you going to go now? Up there, I hope, in that direction. Excellent. Instructions for Lothmarth. You need not interfere with the slaves. The guards I've hired will see they remain productive and have food and rest when needed. I want accurate logs of production each week so that I can see if my experiment helps the mine keep producing at optimal levels. No one should bother the crystal machine. I've locked it in place to avoid some clumsy cave or slave or mindless Kwama knocking into it and interrupting its process. I may visit and turn off the machine to do some comparison on production with and without the machine. I'll retrieve the switch and pieces that control it from my lab in blah 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 and handle the process myself. Shouldn't need to warn anyone. Oh, people. Yep, dude with the light's coming. I'm going through the door. Here we go. In the mysterious chamber. I'm no longer trespassing. Another players. We've got players. Talk to Lothmarth.
Crazy machine, eh? Figured you'd find it quickly enough. I knew you weren't interested in Kwama Caves. One of those black-hearted magisters sent you to filch this thing, am I right?
Good guess. So what's your role in all this?
I've got a proposition. I can tell you what little I know and give you a key to Mzanchent. In exchange, you give me any notes you find in there. Anything about how it was built, what it does, anything. Got a nice offer from an interested party.
I guess that's a fair trade.
So, we got the deal. Good.
Yes, we got the deal.
Now, pin those ears back and listen. O'Terry locked the crystal in this machine to keep it working. But he took certain parts, so no one else could turn the damn thing off. We get those parts. We get the crystal.
And where can I find the parts?
The parts you need are somewhere in Mzanchent. but I'm not sure where. I spent a lot of time watching O'Terry. From what I can tell, you'll need a crank, a spur gear, one of the smaller pistons, and some kind of handle.
Crank, gear, piston, handle. Got it. I've got a few more questions.
Sure. I've been keeping a sharp eye on O'Terry.
It does seem like you have,
set up
yeah.
shop in here. I still don't know what the damn thing does, but I'll tell you what I can.
Did the prism come from inside Mzanchend?
Prism? Oh, right. Now I see it. I guess he found it in the ruin, yeah? All kinds of dwarven antiques in there, along with
The
the
dwarves
parts
hate
you
it when you
need.
call them antiques.
I think he hides the pieces to keep us from nabbing the crystal. The paranoid old skeever.
And you have no idea what this device does.
Sorry, but I skipped school the day they taught dwarf machine magic.
Oh, he's got a
No idea,
little bit of a
friend.
smartass attitude
I
going.
could hazard a guess. Looks a little like my pa's old jaw harp. So maybe it makes music or something. Some kind of death music, I bet. Yeah, damn dwarves.
How come you have a key to Mzanchend?
A rascal like me has to look out for his own interests, right? O'Terry
Hey, fat
dropped
buddy.
his
How
key
you
a
doing
few
tonight?
days back. I grabbed it and made a wax mold while he wasn't looking. Didn't take long to make a rough copy. You've got to jiggle it a bit, but it works.
All right, well, fortunately, I'm an old hand at jiggling it a bit. If you'll pardon the phrase.
Dwarven traps slice you up, eh?
Thanks for the cheery note. I'll try not to let the dwarven traps slice me up. Find tools to release the prism. I'm here. Okay. All right, well, we'll find it. We have more dwarvish spinning, rotating knives again. That goes just a little ways that way. Doesn't seem to be anything down there. So on the left-hand side, we should have another player down here. Oh, I need to grab something from over here, and it is a spur gear. I have found the first tool. I have been described as a tool myself, so I will treat it with genuine care. Right, he's running around, seeing if I'm missing anything obvious around here. Doesn't seem to be, so I'll follow him. My dark magic is increased to 13. Dark magic, 13. Unlucky number. Sounds good. I'm helping! Where are we? A dwarven, rawhide bracers and a dwarven gear. Doesn't appear to be anything on the map there in that direction. Should be another item here on the right. Oh, friends. It's nice to have friends. Dwarven crank. I didn't think dwarves would take crank. It doesn't seem like their kind of thing. Mostly ale. Alright, next up. My light armor has increased to 10. I have mad skills. I don't know what that is. It's large, but doesn't seem to be hostile, so... As much as I might find the stuff interesting to read, I don't think it makes for interesting streaming to read it, generally speaking. I guess we go through. Starotherry's laboratory. We've got a couple of things showing up. These cannot be, these steam vents on the floor cannot be OSHA compliant. Technical logbook. And Dwarven release switch. Give the notes to Lothnarth. That's it? Ah, well, I could fight something, or we could just go out. Yeah, I'm taking it easy. And we'll see if Lothnarth betrays me. I'm kind of expecting it now. Alright, back to the egg mine. I am the egg mine. You are the walrus. Cuckoo Cuckoo. Old guy music reference.
Sure, Bones, you were gone a long time. Had me a little worried. But here you are, all in one piece. So, don't keep me in suspense.
You know how to keep an asshole in suspense? There, Lothnarth? I'll tell you next week. Yes, I found a technical logbook.
Let's see. Oh, yeah. This is just the thing. You're all right, Bear Cub. Once I pawn this gibberish off, it's chill winds all the way back to Skyrim. I'll finally breathe crisp mountain air again. Not lungfuls of ash and guama spit.
You make it sound so unattractive. Glad to hear it. Now I need to get this prism unlocked.
Wait until I leave to unlock that thing, alright? I'm not anxious to see what happens when you pull that crystal, prism, whatever.
I'm taking the Dwarven prism. I have taken the prism.
Run! The mine's collapsed! The Quama are... What is this thing? Never mind! Get out of here, through the east mine!
Escape the mine through the east mine. Oh. Okay. I apparently broke the mine. Anyone could have done that, you know. It's not my fault that the mine got broken. This is not the way. Pardon me, guys. Excuse me. I'm just passing through. Definitely mean no offense to you or yours. Just passing through. It's hey, look, the door. you're being engaged in combat. Scrib jelly. Well, how can I not take the scrib jelly? I mean, it's not every day you get your hands on some delicious scrib jelly. If I could only get some scrib peanut butter to go with it. Where are we going? We're going that way. How far are we going? We are going to take a trip. Magic. Congratulations, we have magically translocated ourselves. Is it the guy in the big shroom castle again? It appears like it is. For a guy who lives in an enormous mushroom castle, he's just not really a fun guy. Sorry. Yep. Whoop. Okay, here we are again. And is he gonna welch on the deal again? My money's on yes.
Criminals. So smart. Think they can get away with anything. Well, I'm here to tell you.
I guess that was for going into the mine. Although I did it on behalf of the guy upstairs. Why I should be paying anything for that, I don't know. All right, Gothrin.
Yourself killed? That's promising.
All right.
Ugh. What's that I smell? Grease and Kwama dung? Let's make this quick, Noir. I won't have you soiling my rugs any longer than necessary. The prism. Do you have it?
I have it here.
Well, that is a surprise. I do hope this isn't some cheap forgery, for your sake. Ah, some kind of merged tonal prism. A lively one, too.
Mm-hmm.
Fascinating. I do hope that fool Otheri didn't damage it. He's almost as clumsy as you.
And I'm sure he's almost as friendly and affable as you.
Vexhead, do you still labor under the delusion that you have some power in this place? It's hardly worth discussing. I've grown tired of our little chats. You completed the task I set before you. You can have your lizard back.
Good. Farewell. And now, to have a word or 12 with Sun and Shadow. I hope they give us agency to, have a little bit of, I don't want to say revenge. Okay, revenge.
Sarah, I cannot thank you enough for helping me. I wasn't sure if I'd ever leave Tel Arun alive. I'm sorry. I know I've asked too much of you.
You might want to lie low for a while, Sun and Shadow.
Sage advice. I've
Ooh,
had my
light armor
fill
gloves.
of schemes for
Nice.
now. I plan to dedicate myself to my studies and try to patch things up with the Oki. The last time I saw him, I said some hurtful things.
You're...
Again,
yeah,
thank you.
kind of a rotten
Next time you're in
person.
Mora, come visit.
Completed. The Magister makes a move.
I am a free mage of House Telvanni. You had no right to imprison me.
You presume to lecture me? You, who conspired to kill my servant. Thank whatever scaly gods you worship that I didn't rend the flesh off your back and feed you to the tower's roots. Cross me again, and your life is forfeit. We're done here. Be gone.
She's not... For someone who's so incredibly smart, supposedly, she's not very smart. Just gonna put that out there. Back out to Teleroon. And now we can see my sartorial splendor, in that I have gloves to match my outfit. Feel free to be envious. Clearly, I am stylin'. It's a look. It's not a good look, but it's a look. I still have a couple points left. Anything else opened up? I don't really want to drop points into it in case I don't use it that much. I'm just not feeling it, you know? The light armor wouldn't be bad. Soul magic, I still haven't... Soul magic's not going up much, I gotta say. Despite the fact I cast that all the time. Ledger Domain? I can't see that as being a big deal for my character. I'm gonna hold on to those points then. Alright, let's see if we can't find somebody else. Oh, look. I wonder what she's got for us this time.
I always thought my worst humiliations were behind me.
Aoki turned you
Because I
down?
was wrong. Yes, well, I will be languishing in Gothrin's slave pens. Just, it took me back to darker times. Reminded me of the risks and my good fortune up to this point. Perhaps I've been pushing too hard.
You think so? What'll you do now?
I'll return to Sadrith Mora and continue my studies. Talk to Ioki. Bury myself in a good novel. Come and visit. It would be great just to sit and talk for a while as friends. I still owe you that.
Try to drop by. Oh god, am I gonna regret this too? Alright. What can I say? We'll teleport back, save ourselves a minute or 5. I would say it's significantly less likely she's going to try to poison me this time. We'll see if she's actually been humbled in any way. I would like the ability to rub her nose in it somewhat, given that she, contrary to my wishes, had me murder somebody.
You return escaping Khajiit to that beast Gothrin. And now I hear about our eggkin crushed in the Zalkin Sul mine. I thought I understood you, but I do not.
Ah, Aoki.
Ioki, wait! I'm trying to be strong enough for the both of us.
Doesn't seem like it's working.
Ioki berated me because the Zalkin Sul cave and killed some miners. You stole the prison to save us from Magister Gothrin. I suffered humiliation in a cage while you did what was necessary.
Are you surprised?
Is that so wrong?
Are you surprised that Aoki's upset about the deaths of other slaves?
No, of course not. I care deeply for Ioki. I want to help him, but I can't save everyone. I serve House Telvanni. I am Telvanni. He must understand that the house traditions may bend, but they will not break. I've never seen him so angry.
Do you think he's planning another escape?
I certainly hope not. But if he's lost faith in our plan...
Well, you have done an awful lot of stuff for you, but
Ioki
nothing
won't
for
listen
him.
to me, but he might still heed your counsel. Would you talk to him? The Magisters will only tolerate so much defiance.
I'll
if he
talk to
makes
him.
another attempt...
I'll talk to him. I got into this because of Aoki. Let this be a lesson to you guys. All I'm saying is be wary of lizards with quest marks over their head. That's it. Oh, yeah, Aoki's all the way over there. It's not Aoki's fault. Hi, Aoki.
I knew she would send you. Know that I do not blame you for your role in all this. We are, both of us, victims of Telvanni lies. This place deadens the soul, pure and impure alike. Now, let me guess. My heart sent you to
Ooh, a little bit of sarcasm there.
Yes.
My heart. He could have made the quotey noises, quotey fingers. Yes, she's worried you might do something rash.
No Saxleel reaches for a branch beyond their grasp. But all the waiting, all the compromises, my patience rushes downriver. My companions and I must get a message to the ropefish. Will you help?
I'll help Aoki.
The ropefish are people smugglers, led by an orc named Kartag. I had hoped to work with him directly. Unfortunately, we must deal with one of his lieutenants, Bothamul. You must deliver the message before our distraction can begin.
I can deliver a message, but what is this distraction you're talking about?
We can discuss the distraction soon.
Uh-oh, why am I thinking I will be making the distraction?
Go to the inn and look for an orc named Atarga. Approach her, say, Vasamsi mine, and give her this payment. Deal only with Atarga. Hist protect you.
I'll deliver the payment to Atarga before I go, though. I have some questions.
Ask what you wish, but speak quickly. I feel the slave master's eyes on me.
Can you tell me about this Vasamsi mine?
It is a forgetting place where the noblest slaves labor until they die. That beast, Gothrin, hires thugs and murderers to guard it. They whip and kick and curse without restraint, without mercy. We aim to free those slaves.
Were you ever sent there?
If I were, we would not have met. No one ever leaves Vasamsi. Even so, some of my friends are imprisoned there. I thought if Sun and Shadow freed me quickly, I could snatch them up on the way out of Vardenfell. Now I see that she does not care.
I know she cares about you. She doesn't care about them.
There was a time when that made a difference, but now it does not. My spines wilt at the idea of leaving her, but she does not understand.
There are pills that can help you if you have spine wilting problems.
Hear the hist. She does not know me. She does not even know herself.
Can we trust the ropefish to do their job?
They have a good reputation for getting the job done, as long as you have the gold to pay. Bothamul asks a high price, but we have few choices.
Pardon me? How can you afford to pay him?
We pooled our resources. Many small fish can feed a whale, yes? The Telvanni see us as beasts, almost too stupid to push a broom. We use that to our advantage. I never thought I would be a thief, but given the circumstance, I feel no remorse.
And who's this Atarga?
The primary contact between the slaves of Sadrith Mora and the ropefish. She drinks like an eel, but we trust her. That is more than I can say for some of the other smugglers around here.
All right. Where am I going? Where am I going? I'm going there. The inn. Hope it's not another mushroom tower. I hate mushrooms. Ugh. Or am I just going? Oh, no, there it is. Oh, it is actually an inn. Okay. Yeah, mushrooms.
This stuff is good. Sujama.
Maybe you've had enough, Sujama.
How much has she had? Sujama kicks like a bow-legged Echater. Let her sleep it off.
Come on, Atarga. Aim for the stairs.
So many
Aim for the stairs.
Wait, I was
It's
supposed
possible
to
I've
do
been there before. You familiar with the concept of gravity pockets? You're walking down the hall, and you have your finger running along the wall to keep you oriented so the gravity pockets don't make you swerve or perhaps fall over. That's Lagdabash. I have to speak to Lagdabash?
I don't don't like drinking with strangers. Tusk off.
Tusk off. That's an interesting little profanity. I need to speak with the Targa.
Drunk as sanguine on Sundas. Won't get nothing but puke and bad jokes out of her.
Really? She's seeing anyone?
She was here, dragging a few slaves across the border, eh? You give me the payment and I'll let the boss know. Savvy?
I was told only to deal with the Targa.
Fine. Lug that gold to Bothamul yourself. No skin off my tusks. Camp's near Gothrin's place.
Of course it is.
Tell Arun. I'll even mark your map, seeing as we're fit to be partners soon. Keep your gob shut about a Targa getting sauced, eh? One headache's enough.
I'll find both of them. I like a Targa already, gotta say.
My friend, over here.
Uh-huh.
Well, this is a coincidence. I came for a bottle of dry white. What brought you here?
Were you following me, Sun and Shadow? I'm sure she was.
No. Yes, forgive me. I just couldn't keep pacing around the house gnawing my claws. Is Ioki all right? What did he say? He's not planning to do something foolish, is he?
He seemed fine. I doubt he's planning anything.
I see. Well, that's that, I guess. Once he cools down, I'll plead my case again. I can't fight the house traditions all at once.
Strangely, I do not find her trustworthy. I can't say what it is. Maybe it's the fact that she had me murder someone while I told her I didn't want to, or the fact that she's been double dealing. It's hard to say. Maybe it's just I don't like her frills on her head. Of course, I hope it works out.
I won't keep you.
Basically, I trust her about as far as I could comfortably spit a rat. And we're off to the big mushroom tower again. My God, they have me run back and forth a shitload. Actually, dealing with a god was more straightforward with Lord Vivek. Although, god may be a bit of an exaggeration. Self-proclaimed divinity. Okay, not self-proclaimed because he actually did have divine powers, but still. Of course, I still have issues as to why he keeps the floating rock directly over the city instead of letting it slowly descend into the bay. Hasbur, Lagdabash. Well, this is supposed to be them, but they appear to be hostile.
Should have given me that gold at the inn.
Oh, okay.
Move to flank.
Bothamul's orders. We shifted camp to the island just west of Vasamsi, there we go, Grotto. Meet us there once you collect our fee. Rumor has it that this mine's worse than all the rest, so let's not linger here long. If you see those two halfwits in Sadrith Mora, give them a kick in the arse. We're running a smuggling outfit, not a gang of lazy drunks. Says you. Waterskin? No. doesn't... Oh, a runestone. Well, I'll collect a runestone. Sure, why not? Why wouldn't I? And how far are we going now? Not far. Another double crossing. Or perhaps that was just a single crossing. Othamul. Hi there, how you doing?
Yeah, you need something? If not, you might want to clear off. We're doing a little business here, and it ain't exactly legal.
I'm here to deliver a payment. Atarga was indisposed.
Indisposed? Fancy talk for drunk as a boiled owl, right?
I've never seen a boiled owl.
She loves her drink, but she always stays sober on the job. Something stinks here. Maybe we should call this off.
2 of your people got her drunk and ambushed me on the way here.
Logdabash. I bet my left tusk on it.
You got it in one.
I hope you gave her and that witless pig Hasbor a good kick in the teeth. Now we're better off without them.
A whole bunch of magic up the
so
strap.
Let's get on with this. You with Yoki and his friends?
Yep, here's the payment, as promised.
Good. I should ask for a lot more than this. Vasamsi makes the inside of a Wamasu look homey by comparison. But a deal's a deal, eh? Telioki will be there as agreed. The mine's east of here. Just steer clear of Gothrin's thugs, alright?
Wait, I'm going now too? Evidently I'm going to. Oh no, talk to Aoki, presumably over by the mine. These big bug things creep me out. I'm not big on small bugs. Really, really big bugs, I don't think I would take that well. I think I would freak out.
There you are.
Here I are.
I knew you would not have... Your presence warms my scales, egg friend.
I don't want
Our
to warm your
companions
scales.
in the mine know we are coming. We equipped ourselves as best we could. Now we strike.
What's the plan?
First, we must deal with the guards, especially the ones who linger near the entrance. If they raise the alarm, the slave master will descend on us like a hungry hackwing.
No, we wouldn't want a hungry
Renisi
hackwing
thinks we
around.
should knock them out. Osri suggests we show no mercy.
How does Renisi plan to knock them out?
Renisi acquired a crate of powder bombs. Toss one near a guard and they should fall unconscious. Killing less guards might lessen the Magister's fury, making it easier to escape. But who knows? Free our friends and watch out for the guard, Captain.
That seems simple enough. Let's try that.
Good. I will follow you and help steer slaves toward the exit. If all goes as planned, we will all leave together. One last thing. We must be careful to avoid drawing the eye of Slave Master Arenim. You will never face a more ruthless mage.
What did I get?
Sun and Shadow?
Ioki, the way we left things was... Please don't go.
I must. You and I share a heart, but our souls chur different songs. This cannot last. But before you go, you must see how your Telvanni treat our kin. Please, come into the mine and see how they live, how they die.
Fine.
I'm entering the Vasamsi mine. I'll leave the lovers out there to spat it out. The scourge of slavery is the defining sin of our people. We built our houses on the backs of proud and mysterious people, and I ran out. Okay. Kill the guards in the front. Well, I was theoretically given gas bombs, but I don't see them. No weapon, armor, jewelry, consumables? No. Materials, furnishings, companion items, miscellaneous? No. Junk? Nope. Alright. Really, it looks like those things would be helpful. I could throw them... oh. That'll work.
Quick! Set
Proceed with caution, egg friend. The guard captain lurks nearby.
Egg friend?
I can feel it.
Ioki, what are you doing? Are those bodies?
I have freed a slave. Make that 2 slaves. Defeat the guard captain.
Come, see how your Telvanni masters treat their slaves.
Ioki, this is madness. You'll get me killed.
Help the slaves in the mine escape. Well, I guess we got them taken care of. We continue on.
Getting old is no. The alternative is a lot worse.
The slaves are revolting! To arms!
You're telling me they stink on ice.
Hurry, my friends. Make your escape.
I want to leave now.
Escape the mine. Really? That's it? Just escape the mine? No. Yeah, alright. There's somebody up there. Sun and Shadow. Betraying us?
Do not be afraid. I will make sure you reach the boat safely.
Boat? I'm not getting on any boat.
Hart, you are coming with us. In time, you will thank me.
How dare you! Help! I'm being kidnapped!
Wow.
I'm trying to save you.
Uh-huh. She's just bad news.
The leaders of this pathetic revolt. You will pay
You fool!
dearly.
I'm a Telvanni mage! They were kidnapping me!
Well, I can't do anything to them. Let's help Sun in Shadow defeat. There's nothing I can do with Sun in Shadow. Or Ioki. A bear?
I can't believe what just happened. That filthy elf was going to kill me. A Telvanni mage. And Ioki sought to drag me off like a prisoner. How could he do such a thing? Has he lost his mind?
You can ask him yourself if you unbind him.
I will, of course I will. I just need a moment to think. I could let him go. Perhaps I should. But why? He brings me joy and comfort, doesn't he? When he's not kidnapping me, that is.
Well, let's see, you're keeping him
Why
a
would I give that up
slave.
if I didn't have to?
And you tried to betray him again, and you betrayed me. I doubt he'd be happy about it. Do you think he'll forgive you if you keep him a slave?
Maybe. But if I let him go, I'll never see him again. The one person who truly cares about me. Gone. No more silly hissed poems. No more wildflower bouquets. Nothing. He'll forgive me. It will just take time, right? Please, help me decide.
He wants to go home. If you love him, you should set him free.
Ioki, you can leave
If you love something, set it free. If it returns, it's yours. If it doesn't, hunt it down and kill it. Of course.
The house will betray you, Sun and Shadow. On that day, I hope you think of what we could have had.
I need a moment. We can talk outside.
your soul return to the Hist, my friend.
We can mourn later, Ryoki. We have to go.
Go. I will follow in a moment.
I feel as if my heart is breaking. How could I let him leave me?
I think you did the right thing, Sun and Shadow, for once.
I suppose I did, but it brings me no joy. Little wonder that other members of my house do the wrong thing so often. Thank you for all you've done, Sarah. I will never forget your loyalty and friendship.
And I will never forget you betraying me.
I'll need to keep my life straight. I see a long, grueling audience with the council ahead of me.
So what happens now?
I try to pick up the pieces of my broken heart and continue this.
Ding 10.
Letting Ioki go.
Double digits.
Agony.
They grow up
Right.
so fast.
This is better for both of us. I spent so much time trying to earn his affection and prove my loyalty. Now I can truly focus.
Focus on what? Becoming like them?
The game. My role in the house. My future as a magister. All of it.
Yeah.
Perhaps when I reach my full potential, I'll seek Ioki out again.
Achievement unlocked.
See
Level
the
10
world.
hero. Hi there.
Until then, I live the life of a Telvanni.
Cyrodiil recruit. What's next, Sun and Shadow?
I'll need to keep my life straight. I see a long, grueling
Yeah, we covered that. My level 10 rewards are now available. That'll be lots of points. A horse. A horse is a horse, of course, of course. Yaha! Really? Yaha? Who says yaha? Evidently me. Let's add a couple of magicka, one more in health. We got lots of skill points to spend. Advised abilities, purchased abilities. But nothing new, I don't think. No, that doesn't open up until I get to rank 20 in Dark Magic, and that's a ways off. Daedric Summoning, we're at 14. Atronach soon will get to split out. Mutate, whatever the hell it's called. Got a lot of points, nothing I specifically want to spend them on right this instant. Cyrodiil awaits. Now I've reached level 10, I can PvP. I'm bad at PvP, so that's probably a pass. The tear-stained staff of the War Maiden, really? She didn't seem like much of a War Maiden to me. It's more damage, it's frozen. Deals frost damage, of course. I think we use that. Let's see, let's head back to Vivek City. And I'm going to be calling it for the evening there, I believe. I am not certain if I'll be back tomorrow or Monday, but one of those two. At the usual time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Middle of the night in Europe. I want to thank you guys very, very much for hanging out with me tonight after the raid. I appreciate it very much. I hope the rest of your Saturday night kicks ass. So I'll be back in a day or two at the usual time. I'll put it in my Discord. I hope you had some fun tonight, some entertainment. ESO is a solid game. I really hope that this time it hooks me. I would like to have another game addiction. That would be awesome. But this is going to do it for the evening. I want to thank you guys very, very much for hanging out. I hope the rest of your Saturday night kicks ass. I'll be back tomorrow or Monday, one of the two. Anyway, have a great night tonight. Take care, and ciao for now. Good night, guys. And again, thank you very much for hanging out.